It's another day, another dollar. I'm happy to be back in the studio today. I am joined by no other than high school state champion, NCAA National Champion, NBA draftee, okay, overseas dog, player of the year. Okay. I got AJ Bramlett in the studio. How you doing today, AJ?
Hey, doing well, man. Appreciate you having me, bro. Looking forward to it. The chemistry, I always say this, on our 97 team was the best chemistry I ever had on any team I ever played with. Guys were just playing for each other. Nobody was really trying to go to the league or had, everyone knew they had a chance to go, but nobody was trying to go. Nobody was worried about that. We were just guys out there, playing for each other. And we were underdogs. Like, we had 9 losses that year. And even in Tucson, like people, before the tournament started, they were saying we were the worst team that ever played at Arizona. No Arizona team had ever had 10 losses up to that point. And so nobody thought we were going to do anything in the tournament. We had lost the last 2 games of the Pac-10 on the road to Cal and Stanford. And so we were riding a 2-game losing streak going into the tournament. So nobody thought we were going to do anything. So it was really like us in that locker room against the world, we felt, during that run.
Yeah, and then after the first 2 games of the tournament where y'all probably, as you said, should have lost those 2 games, after that, y'all got hot and started doing y'all's thing. What was that like? After the first 2 games where y'all escaped, what was that like? Because y'all were down in the last 10 minutes of both of those, right?
Yeah, we were down 10 in the last 5 minutes of both of those games. Came back and won. And so, we knew we had a good team. Like, we knew that we had dogs on the team. So, but, those teams were good. South Alabama gave us a run, and College of Charleston, was really good that year. And they gave us a run in the second round. And then when we matched up with Kansas, that was when we knew we were going to beat them. And I don't know how to explain that really, but, like, the energy of the squad, like, we were loose. We were laughing and shooting around. Like, we felt like, hey, we're going to go get these dudes. And they were 34-1 at that time. But we knew just in our locker room that we were going to go get them. And, it was going to be a hell of a game. And we went out and did that, man.
Yeah, and we've seen you and that whole squad embrace the underdog mentality because it wasn't like you said, it wasn't like you had the biggest name or you were the most looked out. Like when we were coming in March, when everybody's going into March, they're not like, hey, this is the guy we got to look out for. And then, boom, you pop on the scene, you're leading in rebounds, you're causing hell on the court, and everybody's, you put yourself on notice. Was that like a rush? I know you were highly recruited and everything, but was that kind of life-changing when you went on that run in March?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think, you know how it is. Like, it's a process, man. Like, my freshman year, I didn't play much. I played behind 2 NBA guys, Ben Davis and Joseph Blair, my big brothers to this day. So, I averaged like 1.9 points a game, my freshman year. But I was getting that experience of practice against 2 NBA guys. So, that went, a long way for me for the next year. And then it just took some time for me to get comfortable, starting and playing, a lot of minutes and figuring out the best way for me to be effective on the court. So I had a lot of ups and downs my sophomore year where I had good games and then bad games. And, they were worried about, the big men going into the tournament. They were like, we know our guards are good, but, what are our big guys going to do? And that's where we're going to be exposed. And, all of us in that, myself, Eugene Edgerson, Donnell Harris, and, we took that personal. And so, we were ready to go once the tournament started. I started playing better those last 2 games of the Pac-10, had really good games, scored like 18, close to 20. So I was playing, I was feeling good even though we had lost those games. And so that just kind of rolled over into the tournament and was able to have, just go out there and really do what I needed to do for my team to help us win and really dominate rebounding. I thought that was a key for us. And, do whatever it took to make sure we could advance, because that's what it takes.
Yeah. Need to ask you about that. Beating Rick Pitino. What? Yeah. I meant to ask you about that earlier. You're one of the people that did beat Coach Rick Pitino. What does it take? You know what I mean? What does it take?
Took everything we had. They had won it. When he was at Kentucky, they had won it the year before. And then in '97, obviously we got them in overtime in the championship game, and then they won it again. The next year. So, Pitino is a proven, thing. Like, wherever he's at, he's going to win. He's one of the best coaches of all time. He's the same, similar to Coach Olson. He doesn't let anything slide.